you had the same car that you raced on the oval and the figure eight all in the same championship, all in one night. So dating back to 1979 when this class started.
Well, and it goes back to the roots of it, which was you didn't have to do just to specialize on eight. That's what a lot of folks. But the figure eight used to be a novelty part of the regular, whatever late model jalopy class we had, or Super 6 class, and was run as a semi-feature there for a while.
Yeah, before it became the main event of the show.
So here we go out on the track right now. Led the way was going to be the 51 machine of Lee Schwartz, the man in black out there, the very, very tall man in black there for the McNear Concrete Special. Going to have Charlie Hargraves. Boy, this could be a night for Charlie here tonight in that 74. He's been on a nice little run lately. Dylan Douth is orange number 21. Ricky Hine back in action, number 27. Got a kick out of that. He was Happy Liquors and Smiley Smokes. I'm just going to have fun with that one tonight on the sponsorship list there. We were talking about earlier the ambassador to figure eight racing now, Julian Lepedo. And here's one of your best friends here, Bud's returning. Your man in the G4.
Yeah, Donnie Garrix the fourth out here. It's starting to get 3-hour season, so that gets the old Garrigus riled back up because they don't miss that race. So good to see him out here.
Another one missed out on last time out. Someone said he was out and had some family things. Kevin Brooks returns in the number 3 machine. Missed out on the night of racing, but still I think he and Johnny Hargrave still a pretty good run there for Rookie of the Year honors. Brooks, though, is definitely a dominating factor. And he also, for tonight, he's no slouch on the oval either. He ran for that one for years.
Yeah.
A variety of classes.
Yeah, you're going to see some different things and different people here with the oval, just like when we have the reverse direction figure eight. Just since we don't do it that often, and it's interesting to see who peeks their head up near the top of the standings. And then tonight, since we'll have both disciplines, oval and figure eight, to kind of see everybody stacks out at the end of the evening.
Yep. Dan Shue on board with us there in the Peanut Gallery. Welcome. Waiting for Nisa to sign in as well. Some of the Chronics taking a peek in. We are also live on the Track Tunes. Just a word of advice there. If you are trying to listen to Track Tunes while simultaneously follow us on the television app or YouTube app, it is going to be a bit of a problem because there's a slight delay on the TV part as opposed to the Track Tunes. But other than that, what kind of laps do you get so far in the roundy round?
Down in the 13.4s early on here for Charlie Hargraves.
And we were talking early on, you were showing me on the history there. Last time out we did this when Mike Riddle Jr. setting the fast time.
Yeah, we were on a different tire last year. This is the first year we moved to the American Racer tires. Well, actually, we've used American Racers before, but it's been about 10 years or so. But tonight will be the first time we've ever run American Racers on the oval for the Outlaw figure eight cars. So whatever times we set up here tonight would be sort of a record for that sort of tire.
Now, we're going to go do a special shout-out there. Tara Tolton up there in Alma, Ontario, should be tuning in about now. She's been waiting to see her hubby out in the Legend cars. So we're going to have a little fun here with Todd Tolton later on. So, Tara, just be advised, get the kids over there, get Kai and Amber over there ready to watch. We're going to see Daddy here going around practicing down here in Indianapolis in just a few. But having some fun here with the YouTube here as we also have fun with you good people in the stands. We thank you for coming on out. And you're going to get a bit of a treat tonight in case you didn't get the memo. It's going to be oval racing with several of the divisions as well as figure eight later on. There will be some extra figure eight practice for these guys, but right now we're going to start off with all roundy round, all oval racing to kick things off. And just kind of like you heard Scott saying, that's how we used to do it back in the day. For years, we ran just 2 classes here on the regular Saturday night programs, the stocks and pro stocks, we called them. The Stalkers ran just on the roundy round with just a few special events like the flagpole for their semi-feature or last chance race. They do occasionally. We'd run the wrong direction. And 2 or 3 times a year we might do a figure eight. But generally speaking, they ran a total oval program. And our pro stocks, as we called them then, ran a full oval program to start off the night and then kicked over into or finished it with the figure eight. Oh, your man, there you go. Tommy St. John makes it out in the 29. You were talking about him having problems out earlier.
Yeah, his dad's been working probably 24 hours straight on that car trying to solve the old electrical issues, which is the worst thing to fight. Whenever you break something on the car, you see it's broken and you fix it. But electrical stuff's always hard to chase because you can't really see it, until you get it unhooked and all that kind of stuff. So good to see him making it out here after all that effort from his dad, the Hall of Famer.
He's got Andrew Sloan right behind him, the orange or red number 32. Also on track will be the 17, Corey Harmon. The 12 returning of Mike Riddle Jr. in the number 12 machine. The 87 of Matt Smith, the 15 of Dennis Sloan, and another fellow kid I just enjoy watching, the 40 machine, Robbie Greenwell, out on the track.
Up here from the Sportsdrome Speedway, Ricky Hine, Robbie Greenwell from the Kentuckiana area up here tonight. And
going to go through a couple rounds of practice for these guys. And Legend cars start making way to the on-track gate. Legend cars start making way to the on-track gate. Fans got everything opened up. If you're getting a little hungry, a little thirsty, got you covered over there behind the main grandstands, of course. Get the other stands open up down the south end, outside turn 3 as needed. Let's see. Yep, the cold treats are open up, as are the adult beverages. David Kirkwood says, pop on down, get you something to eat and drink. He's got himself a cold Pepsi right now. He's sipping on.
Yeah, something other, since we were talking about tires, interesting to play. Tonight, they're still on their 2-tire limit of buying new tires. So with the oval and the figure 8, it's going to be interesting to see how they play it, because they're required to run those 2 new tires if they buy them on the figure 8. But it's optional that they can run them in qualifying or on the oval feature, as well as the figure 8. So it's going to be interesting to see what certain drivers do to choose to try to get a better qualifying time maybe, or to run better in the oval, but sacrifice some of those laps that they're going to need in the figure 8. So it's going to be fun to check that out as well too tonight.
And still Charlie Hargraves, our fast cat at 13.442. Saw a black flag going out. I think it's from, I think it's Matt Smith or Anthony Sloan having some issues. Yep, it's going to be Anthony Sloan sending off. I see a little smoke, so might be a little fluid coming off that one they wanted to check into.
New man up top.
Tommy St. John, there you go. Looks like everything worked pretty good, 13.327. Now they're still about a half second behind last year's time set by Mike Riddle Jr.
But again, that's a totally different tire, and again, this is the first time they've run on the oval, other than a couple of trophy dashes we had early in the year. But those trophy dashes were sort of unplanned, so, nobody really put into any thinking into it. They've had a whole week, here to sort of think about this, or 2 weeks since the last time they ran here to think about it. So guys might have thrown a little setup stuff into here, since they're going to have time to run practice, qualifying, heats, and the oval feature before they have to switch the setup over to the figure 8 course.
Now, for you folks watching from home, of course, we're live on the YouTube. We're live on speedrome.tv. And getting ready for a batch of the Legend cars up after one more round for the Outlaws.
And, of course, Tommy St. John hasn't done much oval racing here at the Speedrome, but he's been an oval racer across the Midwest when he used to run with the CRA late models, but bigger tracks, Winchester and Salem and Raceway Park and places like that. So he's not unfamiliar with the oval. It's just one of the last times I can remember him running here on the oval was the old, what were those carts called that they used to have? That
oh, my goodness.
You know what I'm talking about?
Not the NAS carts. We had the Grand Americans, wasn't it?
No.
Did you do a Bandoleros?
Mini mods.
Mini mods. Oh, God, yeah.
That he and cousin Stevie had, and Mike Lawrence and those guys had a half pint.
Yeah, I was kind of banished.
Vacation.
I was banished at that point.
Right. Got another wave of cars out here.
Mason Hadley had realized he was going to be with us here today. Ben Tunney's number 5. 31 of Johnny Hargraves Jr. Doug Riddle back in the number 21. And that's going to be interesting. Doug Riddle really is one of those guys that he's almost entirely been a figure 8 guy almost his entire life. When you stop thinking about, some of our speedrunners have been nothing but figure 8 guys.
Yeah, and since the oval's not been a regular thing for a while, a lot of these younger people, unless it was in another division, have not been in these cars on the oval. As we mentioned, like Johnny Hargraves and Kevin Brooks and them guys, came up in the junior fast carts and stuff like that. So they ran on the oval quite a bit here at the Speedrome, but not in these particular cars.
Yep. And that's going to be the other one is you kind of go to your notebook there. When we were swapping around to the oval and 8s the same night, we had a notebook set up there of tire pressures and what we wanted where. We used to have the weight boxes. We used to literally change a couple 100 pounds worth of weights there. Sign up from one weight box to the next, that sort of thing. And of course, now this car's so well balanced for the 8, to set them up for just turning left is kind of, one, easier, and two, more difficult, because they don't have the notebook, for one thing.
Yeah, because even though back then, they were running the oval and the 8 every single night for 20-some weekends, so you built up a huge notebook on the oval as well as the figure 8.
Yep.
And then you had some guys, that like dedicated their setup to the figure eight, tried to do as minimal things as they could for the oval, and other guys vice versa, depending on your situation.
13.187 for Chad Sizemore that last lap there, so he's definitely found his grip there on the roundy round.
And he's a driver of the summonists that are here tonight that was around. He got started here when we were still doing regular ovals and figure eight.
Well, now, because he ran the minis and everything else under the sun there with the. Whereas, like Ben was born
into figure eight racing.
Into figure eight racing. Yeah. Started right into it. Whereas even Austin and Jesse, started with the minis and whatever else they had there for the first couple of go-arounds. Hargraves Jr., of course, has a long history in the kart racing division. Mason Hadley.
Yeah.
Really didn't do a whole lot of, I guess he did do some of the.
You know what's funny when you bring that stuff up? Johnny Hargraves Jr., even though he's a rookie in this class, he might have more oval laps on this track than anybody else in this Outlaw field here tonight. It's just none of them have come in the Outlaw division.
Yep.
Because, he ran probably 5 years or so, 5-6 years in the junior karts, and then he ran 3, 4, 5 years in the senior karts, and then he ran on the Fords for a couple of seasons. So he's got a ton of oval laps here at the track as compared to some of the folks, that have run figure eight basically all their life, Well,
the other thing comes to mind, something you brought up in the pre-show there, you and I were talking, some of these cars were running 20 years ago when we did. Yeah. And so a few of these cars, you actually might still have your notebooks
right.
on where to put
right.
things.
You've got different tires and things like that, but the old hunk of iron there in the garage is very similar to what it used to be.
All right. Nisa K's checked in now, one of the top contributors here in our Peanut Gallery. Glad to have everybody on board the YouTube page. Glad to have you here in the stands as Braylon Etter. Had a quick chat with him. Braylon Etter is now a freshman in high school.
Wow.
Watch that kid grow up. And still at high school, and he's having a solid season right now in these legend cars.
There's your invader from up north.
Had a fun. Okay, there you go. Tara, I hope you'll check in. A brand new member here for the legend car division in the 04, pardon me, Todd Tolton. Todd Tolton come making the drive down from Alma, Ontario, Canada. So we have a new Canuck here in the grounds. So
if he's half as fast as the last Canadian we
I'll
had
tell
here,
you,
he's in for a good run tonight.
That gave us a great old show out there. But glad to have a chance to meet him real quick beforehand. And so, whoopsie, already drifting towards the concrete there. And I'm not sure if something just broke or if he just decided to take a tour of the wall. Waving the others on by. He might just be making some slow laps. I hope so. No, cuts to the infield. Immediately. Oh, Miss Tara, he needs you out here. I tell you what, you weren't here to get him ready to go there. You didn't get him a good breakfast. He's not stoked up, and something going sour there with the ride. So the BRX Mortgage, Jim Bowen Remax special. There we go. Let's get your sponsors in there, Todd.
Yeah, hopefully just something minor there. First chance to get onto the track there.
Nathan Franklin, our fast cat so far in the 87, has come back to play with us. Going to have the 01. Boy, they've been playing musical chairs over there in the Benzenbauer pit, but Matthew Binsbauer seems to be concentrating solely on his legend car tonight. Yeah. He has sold the 01 mini models. Yep. Alex Phillips Alex is giving up the legend cars and going to stick.
Well, and they're part of the same group.
Yep.
But I think maybe he got the taste of that mini. I think he ended up liking it.
Nice run for Nathan Franklin, our fast one now, 13.930. Kenny Hacker in the 8 machine on the track there. 13.975. Nathan Arthur out there in the 81. He's having a pretty good little season here in these legend cars, and he's finally got it prettied up. That's positive.
Yeah.
The other number 81 is going to be Landon Hoffman. Landon's going to be the black number 81 machine. Talk about Braylon Etter out there in his number 51. Fourth quick right now with a 14 and change. And then Mark Colklesser, there you go, from Ohio.
Back again, the Colonel.
Round the ends and high in the middle, Ohio. 14.216.
And, of course, the legend cars are presented in 2025 by Bruce Litton Trailer Sales. Bruce Litton Trailer Sales has built a 4-decade reputation of quality, customer service, and trust. Bruce and his team strive to provide exceptional value and match you with the ideal trailer or truck conversion for your needs. Bruce Litton Trailer Sales is the official sponsor of the Legend Series and provides a $25 feature bonus for the best finishing driver without a prior main event win in the Legends. That's Bruce Litton Trailer Sales.
And these guys go in the pits, lick their wounds, prep up, and they'll have another practice session coming up. Another group coming out right now. including Xavier Kings, number 84, many-time champion of the division. Kristen Hammer, her last day of racing as a 15-year-old. Daddy-O wants to know. John was posting that up, so happy birthday, Kristen. Johnny Weaver's returned in his white number 24 machine. What else we're going to have? Mr. Koopa in the number 27. Aiden Roth in his number 56. 15. Mr. Skinner, Tim Skinner Jr. Skinner. The one of Logan Anderson. Boy, Logan's one of those on the cusp of getting that first big win, but it's just...
Yeah, he's one that's showed so much speed that I think when he gets that first win, I think that the floodgates may open up and several more may come tumbling out.
And the 23's got me confused here. Cody Bullock. There we go.
Cody back.
I was wondering where it disappeared to.
I had heard over the last few weeks that he'd gotten him another new car, so good to see Cody Bullock back. Last year's winner of the Drake Wood Memorial Race.
Travis Cooper's orange, number 27. He liked my shirt, by the way.
Nice.
We match
Did
colors.
you tell him that it would come from his team store?
There you go.
Yeah. Out of his merchandise trailer.
Ooh, speaking of which, got you covered if you need your shirt back here behind turn 1. Don't forget. We'll get a quiet moment, let the fans remind them of that. He's got a bunch on the sale rack you want to check out.
King jumps up to the top of the board quickly.
Right off the bat, always. And Weaver right behind him. That could be our battle tonight. It's going to be King and Weaver. Boy, Johnny Weaver just is another one that's just hungry. Little vindication.
Yeah, a little luck goes his way. He could pile up the feature wins as well. Definitely always has the speed.
Come on board. Welcome on our YouTube page as a freebie. We're also worldwide live right now, speedrome.tv. If you're not listening on the track tunes, you hear the track. It's kind of hard to make out the PA over the cars, but going through the practice session here with the Legend cars. Looks like maybe 2 more for the Legend cars, then into the Ford division. So Ford division oval practice coming up. King stays top of the charts. Johnny Weaver, Logan Anderson, Kristen Hammer, 4th quick. There's another one. Boy, Kristen just in 2025, we talked about this a couple times there, which her outings there. Consistent top 5 finishes, top 3 finishes.
Yeah, a couple of good podium results.
Yep, and it's got her up in near the top section of the points chase.
Yeah.
Here, the championship chase here for the Bruce Litton Trailer Sales Legend cars.
Yeah,
but,
tough. A couple 3 races ago, had an engine issue and took a race or so to sort of climb back out of that situation, but quickly got back and up to speed here.
And she's 4th quick right now. Nathan Franklin 5th, so not a bad little spread there.
Beatbox Beverages is your ultimate party in a box. It's a ready-to-drink cocktail that comes in bold and fruity party punch flavors. Launch your night at the races with one of these adult beverages. Beatbox Beverages is the official sponsor of the Speedrome Oval and Figure 8 start-finish line. That's Beatbox Beverages.
Another batch, including James Vanover. It's in number 9. Now, I had a chance to talk to James before the show. Douglas took a nasty tumble last time out and basically has bent up the chassis in his Legend car. He's going to have to step back. But the good news is he's got a 2-week vacation in Las Vegas coming up. So
nice.
Makes up for it a little bit, don't you know?
Yeah.
I was going to have Tyler Watts, number 26.
That was a rough ride down there in turns 1 and 2 that last time.
Yep. So glad to see he says he's beat up, but just sore, nothing serious.
I tell you what, the old man's car's been quick each and every week. He's up there battling in the top 5 or so in the standings as well. Yep. So they still got one bullet still in the chamber.
There you go.
Back in the Vanover
Zach
pits.
Brady's 53. Corey Adams, returning champion, 59. There's my other one. Tyler Collard returns at 0-3. It's going in as a plane number 3, I should say. And big pile right off the bat there as they clump up there at 3 and 4, coming out of 4 now. Also going to have the Living Legend, the 12 machine of Dean Bradshaw out on the track. The 84 of Jack Receiver returns. Glad to see Tyler Collard returning. He was a little green last time out around the gills, but looks like he may have it sorted out. He's officially scored as a 0-3 on your My Race Pass application for those of you following that one.
Yeah, probably took that first time out, maybe gained a lot of knowledge, at least on his car. You know, you never know till you get out here, and made some setup changes, maybe got some advice, some of his friends there in the pit area, and it looks a lot better here the second time around.
Hanging over the Yeah Buddy crowds, carrying a Drake Wood 54 on the side of his cars, as he was part of that Drake Wood little loosey-goosey there.
This is definitely a racy group in this batch here,
yep.
Tori. They've kind of been in a clump here the whole way.
I'll tell you. Got around Vanover. And now going to be the 59 machine of Corey. Let's see what he's able to do with this one. He's up to some empty track. Kingston, my fast cat, 13.696. And Weaver after that, 13.801. White flag. What's Corey Adams going to get out of this one? 8th quick as best he can do at a 14.009. So not even in my top 5 right now for Corey Adams.
That crew will get back there and make some adjustments on that car, usually up there in that top 4 or 5 or so. But again, these legend cars, the speed between, first and 15th, 18th, 20th, is always very close. So doesn't take much adjustment to either move your way up the charts or down the charts.
Ford Division up next. Ford Division up next from Oval Practice.
Circle City Pyrotechnics of Indiana has been providing fantastic, affordable fireworks displays since 1996 and offers fireworks presentations at an affordable price. Circle City provides the Speedrome Fireworks Showcase each season. Circle City Pyrotechnics is the official sponsor of the Junior Fast Kart Division.
Clear this one. Oh, and also had Leland Hargraves out in the 08. Forgot to mention Leland. And back to his old Nobody 08 machine, looks like.
Yeah, they've been swapping cars around the last few weeks.
Well, he got in trouble with one of them, I thought.
Oh, could be.
Andrew Brown.
He might be trying to forget that as well.
There you go. Now, this got me confused there because we've got the Orange Crush in the number 2 machine. Should not be Zach Deitch's. And Michael Phipps climbs into the number. Okay, we got a swap on the transponders, I bet you.
No, remember, Tori, the last time the Fords were here, they did that swap for the figure 8, and Phipps drove it in the figure 8, and Zach Deitch's drove some beat-up 20-something car, 27.
Well, he's got a new number 27. He ran out with this at the dirt track last night.
Gotcha.
And confused me because I have very, very small brain and no memory. And then, of course, we got the 2 Orange Crush now. It's going to be Michael Phipps. So he surrenders the Spider-Mobile for the Orange Crush.
It's going to be hard to think of that orange car without Big Red behind the wheel.
I'll tell you.
But
Indy's most dangerous ginger out there, number 27, already up to 34.357 seconds.
Those two, though, are from 2 long-lasting Anderson families, though. Probably like the Hatfields and McCoys, either fighting or being friends.
Well, for the case of Deitch's, he's part of that whole Swinford clan out of Noblesville.
Yeah.
So they got right there at halfway between. It's kind of like living right there on the Pakistan border. So
you might have some relatives in the other family,
exactly,
or you might not.
Yeah. And depending which side of Noblesville you're on.
Yeah.
You might be hanging with the Earsays. You might be hanging with the No-Says. Andrew Brown so far fast cat. The 17 was a 15.261. Adam Arrington, 15.348 in his number 28 machine. 24 machine. Oh, boy. That kind of already. A little loosey-goosey out there as
Holford slows a bit there coming off the corner. Now he tries to put Hardcastle into the wall there.
A couple of them I don't know what the deal is.
Yeah, I'm not sure what started that whole deal right there, but Holford slowed way down, and then he and Hardcastle almost collided.
I'm trying to see if something got dropped on the track. I'm not seeing any shiny or dark spots or stripes.
Yeah. Now, me as an announcer, I might have been like a referee. I saw the second or third part of that one and didn't see what started it all.
Okay,
but
we should have Hayden Adams in the 20 machine, the little lady, 15-year-old, come down
from the Sportsdrome. Yep.
Had a chat with her. Basically, she was running with the teenage, the youth group they had down there, and she didn't like it because they basically ran dirty and rough, and literally were treating them like crash cars. And so she started running with the adults and liked that a lot better there. They at least got to go racing.
She had a real good run in her first trip up here earlier this season.
Yep.
I don't remember the result, but it was somewhere around 5th or something.
Well, she started on the tail and finished like 6th place.
Yeah.
in a good round-around run. The dad was going to run on the 8, but just supposedly she was hungry and ready to go home and go eat. So.
Well, I can understand that. They make an hour and a half, 2-hour drive from depending on where they live at down there, and that's a haul in this day and age, and, it might be 10, 11 o'clock at night by the time you get on the road. So
and I think they had a couple guys having a little chat. Now, another fellow's on a tear was in that group. That is Frank Hardcastle, number 11. Out there, he had to run through the dishwasher because he was out there winning last night on the dirt track here at Circle City, over there at Circle City Raceway.
Yeah.
Let's see. Deitch's in his new one. Deitch's in the new car was a 15724. His old car with Phipps behind the wheel, the 2 machine, 15503. So Harold Bruce out there in the 21. Who else did we miss? Did we get everybody? No, I think we talked about everybody, and usually put nicely.
The Ford division is presented by the folks at the Outdoorsman Sports Shop. The Outdoorsman Sports Shop has been serving the Greenwood community since 1976 with dedication and expertise. Located at 1010 South State Road 135, they're your one-stop shop destination for all your hunting, fishing, firearms, archery, and outdoor equipment needs. The Outdoorsman Sports Shop is the official sponsor of the Ford division, and we're the presenting sponsor of the Spring Shootout. That's the Outdoorsman Sports Shop.
And Sean Latham returns in the 14L, or Aaron Latham, thanks for giving credit to. Justin Gully's number 31. The 5 is going to be Tristan Riddle on the oval. Billy Riddle on the 8 again, they tell me. And Wendy Burkhead returns in the 54 machine. Took a couple weeks off. I think she and the family, they were working real hard over at the Johnson County Fairgrounds for one thing. Oh, a ton of smoke coming off the Gully 31.
That's not good here early in the evening. He's coming off a couple of great finishes on the figure 8 the last few times out.
Yep, and that's not some happy smoke either. I don't like where that's coming from.
I'm not thinking that's a tire rub situation, Tori.
No, that's a Cheech and Chong in the trunk kind of deal. And I think Riddle there in the 5 is saying
Riddle's going to give him his own black flag. He's going to bump him out of the way there. That's why when I was a crew member, Tori, I always told my driver to spread out for these practice sessions and not follow anybody because you're not going to learn anything. Now, he's not going to learn anything by following this car.
Well, I'm starting to. And this is also where the crewman, you'd run over to the nearest official and said, get him off the track, give me a black flag.
Because we have 4 cars on the track, Tori, and all 3 of them following the smoking car.
Oh, and almost get into Burkhead. I think he finally realized something went wrong there, so he'll pull the infield and keep an eye on. I don't see a stripe still coming off of it.
Yeah, hopefully it's just something minor there, Tori.
Yep. Andrew Brown gave us a 15.261. Adam Arrington, 15.348. And Holford, that earlier group, 15.356. And now Billy Riddle, Tristan Riddle should be 15.364 for 4th quick. So.
Yeah, once he got out from the behind the Spy Hunter car there, he got some speed up there and clicked off a good time. Let's see if he can go even better this time. Nope, just a tad off. Consistent, though. That was a 3.66 as opposed to a 3.64 the last lap.
Going to have mini late models up next, and then back to the top of the batting order with the Outlaws on the oval.
It might be Billy Riddle for all night. Who knows there, Tori?
No, I talked to Tristan before. He claimed
he's going to run?
Tristan claims he is on the oval tonight. And until Billy gets his own car, that's how it's going to be.
Gotcha.
Welcome to folks here in the stands. Pay another bill or two.
Last night we had some guests up here in the stands, Tori, and they were from BAM Weather.
What?
Yeah, our friends from BAM Weather were out on an outing here last night, and BAM Weather is the official weather forecast partner of the Indianapolis Speedrome. BAM Weather is a weather consulting business that provides customized forecast insights and weather data to major businesses and organizations across the globe through their Clarity platform. That's BAM Weather Forecasting Service.
They've been pretty handy there. We always remind people to keep an eye on our Facebook page, Speedrome Facebook page, because we follow the BAM Weather and recommendations for the call on the weather. And, of course, we hit it just right the last time out that everybody else said we're going to shut down because of the weather, and we had one of the best nights we had in a long, long time.
Yeah. Started a little later and got some great racing out of it.
Yep. Victor Rybolt's going to be out there, number 72. Old Hector returning to the Indianapolis Speedrome. The Mason Mobile, boy, you talk about a fellow that's really fallen in love with this one. Is going to be the Mason 62 machine. He's a record driver. and he's just having a blast. Mike Coop, another one that's really enjoying being back on the oval and A.
Yeah, got his first feature win in the class on the oval last time out.
Yep, and for him to be able to run the 8 again was also one of his treats. Of course, you know, his family growing up out here, they were part of that old crew way back when that ran that routinely, oval and 8 racing.
Yeah.
So for him to do it, it's been a treat for him. And let's see. Oh, had the new one, the 96 of Alex Phillips. He's going to take over that car. New paint job they even gave it. Let's see, coming out turn number 4. Alex Phillips really has fallen in love with the figure 8s and the like. So
got his signature number on there now. Got the 01 off, the 96 on.
81 machine of Nathan Arthur on the track. The 49 is Steve Vickers. And this is Vickers again, correct? Yep, Vickers holding on to 49. And Miles Coffer in the 27. Just bumped up to a 13.7 and change. And these guys, no problem going back and forth between oval and 8, kind of like the Fords. They do that on a regular basis. So we have been the last couple times with both divisions, the Fords and Minis have been either getting an all over or all 8 night of racing. Another night of having to mix it up a bit.
Yeah, and I just think tonight's such a great night as a fan to come watch because you got so much different stuff to see and plenty of oval racing, plenty of figure 8 racing. Got just a whole grab bag of good stuff to watch here tonight.
And Coffer now our fast time, 13.512 for Miles Coffer. So along with Alex Phillips, you know, kind of gives a nod there as being kind of the new kid. Came out and played a little bit last year with it. Didn't have a regular ride, just kind of borrowed when they had a spare one there with the Vickers stable. But
yeah, and Coffer is a kid that came out of karting. You know, spent a lot of year in karting and some of the stuff like that, some of the smaller things, and just fell in love with these minis once he jumped in it.
Holds on that fast time, 13.512. Victor Rebel, 13.543. Vickers pulls off the track with 13.577. You can see the parity in this division here. Very closely matched for those top 3.
The Mini Outlaws are presented by Brown's Oil Service. Brown's Oil Service is the official fuel service provider of Sunoco Racing Fuels to the Indianapolis Speedrome. Their racing fuel can power your driver to victory in any kind of competition. Brown's Oil Service is the official presenting sponsor of these exciting Mini Outlaws on the oval and figure 8. That's Brown's Oil Service.
We're going to have some fun with all kinds of cars here tomorrow on the Speedrome track. Actually, Alverson Car Show coming up here. You can check out the news at speedrome.com site. Who we got? The number 33. I missed that one in the pits there early on. Oops, and already losing a part there off the back of the car.
What? Was that like the fuel door there?
Yeah, that's Mr. Smith. Unfortunately, looks like his fuel cover there popping off there.
Maybe it was his transponder that blew off there.
In the category.
Because I didn't see him come up on the screen.
He didn't give us a signal.
All kinds of silly stuff going on here down on the front stretch.
Yep. Now his roots kind of go back. Basically, he's run just about every class we have, hasn't he?
Yeah. He the only thing he didn't do was the junior fast carts because when they came out, he was already aged out. So other than that,
yep,
he's just about driven it all. But it looks like the cover, like over where the fuel cap,
I think
is sort of missing on the back deck lid or something there.
Yeah, I think that's what fell off.
And and it didn't fall driving slow coming out of the pits, but once he sort of got up to a little bit of speed here and.
Well, he didn't want to run over it. I mean, shoot, that's about $17 worth of paint on that thing.
But the car does look a little different. Looks like they got some new body work on it. It was sort of orange and white last time we saw it, and now it's darkened up a bit there.
Now, these guys do have a bit of leeway there. You can get the bodies built over at Third Turn Performance, over at the Polk Brothers Racing stables. You can get these made complete, or you can do your own, and you can actually start doing your own modifying if you want.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a possibility to do some.
And we got a newbie here, Tori, the 7X of Tanner Mullis.
That's a new. Okay, welcome aboard.
That's a name
Platinum
I've not heard.
I was curious myself there, and you can see he's actually running. I was talking about being able to redo the modified. No roof, which most of them do, but see, he's using the plexiglass on the backside as opposed to the solid metal.
Yeah, he's listed out of Muncie, Indiana.
Okay.
So interesting to see a newcomer. Glad to have him. Don't know the background on what his racing is, so we'll be keeping an eye out on that.
Let me get my repo stalking skills going here. See what we find out.
Wink, wink, nudge, nudge there. Tori's off to see what he can find out. But we're glad to have him in the 7X machine. I assume he's a Anderson Speedway type guy if he's from the Muncie area up there, I would think, but you never know.
Let's see. Tanner Mullis, friends with Jackson Navarro. There you go.
Of course, Rodney Smith out there back in action. He missed the last event. Kofor still atop the board with Rybolt and Vickers in tow.
He's a skater boy.
Nice. He likes a little danger and a little speed.
Let's see how he does here in the 7X. Nice little interesting class to get started in here at the Speedrome. Curious to see if he's going to make it out for the 8 as well. Some of these kids up there obviously.
Got another red. I think somebody else maybe shed some parts or something up there in 3.
Well, let's check Smith again, see what he's missing now.
Jeff. Of course, Jeff's not appeared on our transponder loop the whole time, so he's going to get a reminder when he pulls in that he needs to stop by and pick up his transponder, or maybe it's in his pocket or might be in his dump truck.
He's got an old friend of races out there on the back of his car, the Jockish Flowers wine. Chris Jockish, last word I got was Chris is finally going to retire. He's been a big supporter, all manner of races, whether it be speedromers or
I can't remember the last time I was at a race here at the Speedrome and didn't see a car that had Jockish Flowers on it.
Well, you can travel around the USAC circuit there, a bunch of others there, sprint cars, open wheels. He's got all kinds of.
Definitely a big race fan.
Very much so. Let's see. Looks like his brother is going to be, or father's going to be Justin Mullis. And, yep, he's out there promoting. There you go. All the friends of Justin Mullis out there supporting. So
nice.
So Tanner Mullis and family there checking us out there on the YouTube page.
I'm sure somebody will tell us what kind of racing background he's got, in the chat or something.
The chat is open up there on the YouTube page there. If you want to come take a peek, there we go. Anderson kickball about to be at the race. Okay. Well, just don't kick those. Well, all right. And Kofor keeps that fast time so far. Looks like
Could tonight be the night for Miles to pick up his first feature win?
I'll tell you what. It could be.
He's gotten close.
It could be coffee time. Let's see what happens. And next batch of Outlaws. Oh, that's, yep.
Of course, now that I say that, I got to look. He may have won an oval before.
I don't think he's done.
I got to look. That's terrible of me not being able to know that, but I'll look.
Getting ready for another batch of the Outlaws on the roundy round. This will be the final round of practice for those cats. And see what kind of times we get. And look at, they're going to do actual Outlaw qualifying later on. About 6:20, do some qualifying. There will be a qualifying line going out through there to get in the tech line.
No feature wins, but he's been very close. He's been on the podium several times. So
there you go.
I just want to make sure I give him his due if he did.
Game plan is to wrap up practice about 6:15 or so, and that's still about a half hour away, so no problem there. Outlaw qualifying about 6:20.
And that qualifying will go super fast.
Yep. Drivers meeting about 6:40 in the pit office garage, and then go racing with Legend Heats at 7 o'clock.
These Outlaw Figure 8 cars are presented in 2025 by Hadley Towing and Recovery. Hadley Towing and Recovery is a full-service towing and roadside assistance provider dedicated to offering reliable and efficient service to motorists in central Indiana. From light and medium-duty towing to equipment transportation, private property impounds, tire changes, and more. Hadley Towing is the official sponsor of the Outlaw Figure 8 division and tonight the Outlaw Oval division.
There you go. Kevin Brooks in the 3 machine. Charlie Hargraves, number 74. 27 of Ricky Hine for Happy Liquors and Smiley Smokes. McNear Quality Concrete Pumping Squad is on board with the 51 of the big man Lee Schwartz and the 21 of Dylan Douthit for Millennium Trailers.
This will be their final hot lap session before they have that aforementioned qualifying. And, of course, qualifying traditionally, just like tonight, 1 lap out the gate, get it and go.
Yep. And it will be, I guess we have to stress the fact that this will be qualifying on the normal left-hand turn direction.
Yes. No surprises there.
No.
Just straight up, right out the gate, turn some laps and go. See who's made some sort of adjustments from the last time. And they're going to get quicker and quicker on this. And now that the tires have been released, some of these folks may be having these 2 new tires on to get scuffed in here as well. So that may change a little bit of setup and time differences here on the charts.
I just got another candidate, somebody that basically was born into figure 8 racing. It just sunk in. Garrigus.
Yeah.
G4.
He might have just caught the end of maybe a race or 2 on the oval, but essentially got started when we've been in all figure 8 class, you know.
Well, I'm talking, he really didn't have any career in the other classes.
He was a junior fast kart kid for a little while.
Yep, and then almost.
He was actually, I'm not 100% sure, but I think he was the first junior fast kart kid to win an Outlaw figure 8. It might have been him or Jacob Garrigus. I'm not sure, but one of the two. To win in both disciplines.
There you go. Of course, Robert Greenwell back out in the number 40 machine.
And he's someone as well. He races almost strictly figure 8 down at the Sportstrom Speedway.
I thought he was doing a couple other classes.
Well, when he first started down there, he was in the Fords. So in the Fords, he ran on the oval. But once he switched to the modified cars, he's been pretty much a figure 8 guy, whether it be Outlaw or the modified cars down there at the Sportstrom. So a lot more figure 8 in his blood than oval.
Yep. Hargraves, 13.261.
He was in the top couple the last time out in the first round of practice,
Brooks,
Charlie.
13.103.
Nice.
Speeds are definitely coming down.
Yep.
Also, I have to wonder, we've got a little bit of cloud cover came up here just in the last couple of 15, 20 minutes, possibly losing about 10, maybe about 10 degrees off that track.
Yeah. Look at that, 12.980.
There we go. Now, remember, 12.727 was the fastest last year.
On the Hoosiers. But definitely clicking up. And Brooks, I bet Brooks had his new tires on because he got up to that speed and he got off quickly.
Yep.
He's saving those babies.
Yep.
So he's pulled to the infield after that adjustment. We'll see who else can gain some speed here. Some of these other folks may not have those new tires on during this practice session.
The Garrigus car, I'm kind of curious, and this is another one that comes to mind is a car, if you could not make the changeover from an 8 setup to an oval setup, and something like the Garrigus car that has strictly just been brought out of the mothballs the last couple of seasons just to run the 3-hour in essence. Yeah.
And that's a car that started out life as Eddie Brown Jr.'s figure 8 car, who ran it for a handful of seasons before it moved on to DG4.
Yeah. So there you go, 12.980 for Brooks in the 3s, Hargraves 13.089, and Lee Shorts 13.455. So big spread between best to worst there, but still only right at 1 second difference between the Brooks 3 machine and the G4 of Garrigus 4.
But again, we don't know who's got what tires and things like that, so a little mixed bag. And we're going to see when it comes to qualifying, everybody's going to have their best foot forward for that. So we'll really get a good stack up when it comes time to qualifying.
Ladies and gentlemen in the stands, welcome back to Speedrome. Glad to have you. We're going through some round oval practice as everybody's going to be on the oval for the first part of the racing program tonight and wrap up the night with figure 8 racing. They will be qualifying the oval as well as we honor King Kenny with a throwback to the old Pro Stock days here at the Indianapolis Speedrome. Tommy St. John now, Jr., comes out in the number 29, Jen Lepedo in the Zero Hero Polk Brothers machine, the 17 of Corey Harmon, Mason Hadley in the number 2 Mobile, and Mike Riddle Jr. off the injured reserve once again in the number 12. Currently, the Fast Cat, last time we had these cars qualifying on the oval.
Yeah, he's been the fast qualifier the last 2 times we've been on the oval. So
with an asterisk, though.
Yeah, and actually, Mike's another one, too, who's been racing for a long, long time, but the majority of his career has also been on the figure 8, whether it be at the Anderson Speedway or here. He did do some oval racing, of course, but mainly a figure 8 guy. So for him to be quick time on the oval the last couple of times has been pretty impressive. And, of course, last year, the oval King Kenny night was his last race of the season because a few days after that,
whoa, stop that.
He had a little incident at work and had an injury to his ankle. So hopefully it doesn't trend that way for Mike again this year, as he's just coming off a hand injury and trying to gear up his strength before World Figure 8 time.
Yep. So his best lap last year was a 12.727. Some put an asterisk next to it, as there might have been a touch of shenanigans. We do not know. There was no testing after the qualifying last year.
Scuttlebutt says.
Scuttlebutt, yes, indeed.
But still, we're already in the 12.980 with the Kevin Brooks ride here on different tires, so that's pretty impressive. We'll see how this group stacks up. Chad Sizemore was somebody that was super fast in that first round of practice.
Here they go climbing up there. One of the other oval specialists there. Tommy St. John up to third quick once again. 13.274 on that run for the 29 of St. John. Let's see. Sizemore just did 13 and change. Whoa, what is that? Oh, my goodness. Jillian. And I guess we got to give a nod there. She had a long career already in the stockers. That they ran through the mixed bag out there in the stock division and whatnot, some modified street stock type cars that they would have out there, sportsman type cars they'd have out there on the West Coast. But Daddy had her quickly into the figure 8 car division. She fell in love with that, but she was still running some of the oval division races they had. And oh man, heartbreak there. Johnny Hargraves Jr. blowed up big time. Wow.
Teammate Chad over there to check on him quickly.
Hoping that dissipates quickly. Hopefully that is just a water hose coming off. I've got my fingers crossed.
Yeah, or maybe a line or something.
Yeah, we'll hope that's what the situation was. Everybody else should check on him.
He's getting out of the car there quickly, so that's good to see.
Climbs up under his own.
Tough break there for the youngster in the 31 machine. You could see the disgust there.
Yep.
That tells me that it might be something a little more than that, but hopefully not. Hopefully it's a hose or a line or something there, but you could tell his disappointment there. He was, I'm sure, excited to run this time on the oval and the 8.
Oh, the track crew going out, trying to see how much of a stripe he left behind and what he left behind. And that may be Earl going down. It looks like there may have been Earl that will.
Yeah, you could see on this camera view here, Tori, it looks like a little bit of a trail there as they're looking at between turns 3 and 4, and that may be what Chad's exploring over there.
Yep.
Yeah. That's not good.
Tough break there for Johnny Hargraves Jr. coming into a big night here for collecting points with a chance to pick up points on the oval and 8.
Yep.
So we're going to be under yellow conditions, red conditions right now for a little bit here as some track cleanup. Looks like we have lost a nice little stripe of oil onto the surface. So we're going to get out there with the kitty litter and the cement and get that cleaned up. Tough break there for the Johnny Hargraves Jr. and the entire team. And I know Johnny Hargraves back in the pit area, not going to be happy camper to see this break, but that is unfortunately one of the tough parts of this game. Of course, last night, tremendous mechanical failure there for Travis Harmon there. Lit the night up. Nice guys up here. And fortunately, this one able to dodge it, even with all that fluid being dropped, but still not a good sign. And that's going to be we do the march around the track here looking for the worst of it, figure out where we're going to put the stripe.
Yeah. Crew checking it out and investigating that.
Yeah.
Check out Fifth Avenue Grill and Bar. From their famous flame shrimp or fish-style wings to their refreshing craft beer or handcrafted cocktails, Fifth Avenue is the best place to go pre- or post-race. They are located just minutes from the track on Main Street in Beech Grove. Be sure to tell them that the Speedrome sent you. That's Fifth Ave Grill and Bar.
Appreciate you folks up in the stands here, being here for the early part of the program. For some of us old-timers, this is how we used to kick things off. Of course, we're sitting there watching the oval practice there for the various classes. Went on for the first hour or two of the evening. It's kind of a lead-in to the night's racing, followed by the qualifying session, and then into heat races. And that's basically the program we're going to stick to here tonight. Oval racing for everybody, oval practice, I should say, for everybody, and then some outlaw stock oval qualifying coming up later. If you're getting a little hungry, got you covered underneath the main grandstand. If you got to go to the little boys' rooms, the little girls' room, got you down there as well as restroom facilities at the south end behind the bleachers. Got the cold treat stand outside of turn 4. The adult beverages being sold. We ask you to do so sensibly. If you are planning on taking videos, take a lot of pictures, please do so from the top row so you're not blocking anybody else's view of the racing activities. If you are planning on having a cigarette or smoke or a vape or an alcoholic beverage, we ask that you please do not do it in front of the Mike Heimel auction service signs down at the south end. Those family sections reserved for folks who do not want to be around such items. And so we try to reserve it for those folks. No smoking, no vaping, no electronic cigarettes, no lighting your underwear on fire, and, of course, no alcoholic beverages down there at that end. Other than that,
yeah, if you do go down to the concession stand, one of the options you'll have is Pepsi. Pepsi is the official beverage sponsor of the Indianapolis Speedrome with great popular products such as Mountain Dew, Pepsi, Starry, Dr. Pepper, as well as Diet Pepsi, Diet Mountain Dew, and Diet Dr. Pepper. Refresh yourself with one of these Pepsi selections at one of our many concession areas at the Speedrome. That's Pepsi.
Now, the good news, I'm hoping now, as they did the walk, I don't think it was oil. It might have just been water. And if he's a good old school racer, he just plain water, which means no antifreeze. And so that might be big good news for Hargraves, if indeed that was just water, just the hose letting go.
Yeah, I didn't see him spread any kitty litter anywhere, so
no.
That's good investigative work there, Tori.
And from under the car itself is dried up, so big positive there for everybody in the night's racing. We're kind of concerned what that's going to do to the track.
And that also ups the chances of possibly something being able to be fixed back there. You know, maybe the radiator blew up or the hose or whatever. So fingers crossed for the 31 machine.
Yep. Brooks still atop the charts there, 12.980, but Mike Riddle just did a 13.077 in the 12 machine.
So the track must be fine, Tori.
I think so. I'm also curious, the groove they're taking. One of the things you run into Speedrome, people will say, you know, as far as Speedrome, once you get these fast cars out here, and that's one of the complaints folks have about some of the modified division, is it becomes a one-groove track. And how low, how high some of these guys can run and still run at speed kind of comes into play. I'm seeing, of course, these guys being able to be very conservative on the approach, not leaving a whole lot on the low side, but plenty of room on the high side. So this could still be very much an open race here for anybody. One fellow that put it to the test, Ben Tunney, coming out in number 5 in this next group.
He's a guy that's definitely been around from the oval era. He won a whole bunch of oval races before the discipline was dropped off the regular rotation.
Ben Tunney's number 5.
And actually, you know, before he was a figure-8 star in the Outlaw late model division, you know, he was winning oval features before he was winning figure-8 features.
And here's another guy that actually ran under that old format, number 83 machine of Manny Aguilar returns.
For sure.
Yep.
He's been around Pro Stock, late model, Outlaw, all the different name changes to this class.
and also, don't forget, he was also part of Charlie Hargrave's traveling series way back when.
Yeah.
Top runner in that group. And Charlie was one of those that started specializing just in the 8s with his groups, whereas, you know, my father's General Tire Series, we still were giving the folks an oval program.
When it started, yes, the first couple of years
totally
of that.
blew them out of the water wherever we would go because they couldn't. They just looked at us and said, you can't run figure-8 cars on the oval.
Yeah, watch this.
Yeah, here, hold my beer. and sure enough, and we gave them some great oval racing, too.
Sure. Again, this is another group here that, as a crew member, would drive me nuts because they're all in one pack, so you're not going to get any really good practice if you're one of the guys following, but that's what they've chosen.
And those keeping count, that makes 18 cars now taking laps in this second session.
Yep.
The Sloans did not join in, have not seen Whitaker yet. I think one or two others that were in the first session.
Yeah, so we're going to have a nice field here tonight.
So, about a 20 car at least here tonight.
I'll go ahead and get us an official number at the My Race Pass app. See what we got signed in. We have 21, so that was a good call, Tori.
Ta-da!
Yep. Closing in on 90 entries here tonight.
I'm not just here for my good looks, you know. Ben Tunney, second quick, 12.994. Definitely no problem with the track. Still, Kevin Brooks is going to be the speedster so far.
And I will say that the genes don't fall far from the tree there because his dad, Brad, was one of the best oval racers I've ever seen out here at this track. So
I was kind of curious. Doug Riddle, 13.932. So basically a 1 second difference between tops and bottoms here on this one.
Yep. That's a nice grouping there.
Matt Smith's another one that basically got born into the figure eight stuff. I mean, he crew chiefed on a bunch of items, but as far as being a driver.
Yeah. He dabbled for a little bit in the Pro Compacts here on the oval, but I remember I think his car grenaded early on in that situation, sort of ended that deal. Matt ran a few races in the senior fast karts as well. But, yeah, when he moved up to the big cars here and got going in that, the oval was a thing of the past.
Yep. And for me, of course, remembering a few years back, they spent that one whole season practicing his figure eight car, including came out for the 3-hour weekend, and literally racked up more practice laps, 500-plus practice laps, more than the winner of the race had accomplished, but chose not to run that year.
But you know what he did, though? That next year he kept his rookie status and finished third in the race and picked up Rookie of the Year honors. So,
all right. The return of 04 machine, there you go.
Nice.
Todd Tolton back on the track. Good news there. Mama Tara back home.
Yeah, so definitely something minor there.
Yep.
Must have been happening there. Got a little buzzy buzz. Buzz. I think that cleared it up, Tori. Hit the top of the TV, it fixes it every time.
Had to punch the piggy on the
When we had the old tube TV, you'd bang on the top of it, and clear it up a little
our
bit.
producer, Kurt, was out here spreading the aluminum foil out on the rabbit ears early. Nate Franklin, number 87, the 27 to Travis Cooper. Going to have the 4 of Kristen Hammer in black and pink. Let's see, was that Corey Harmon's number 59 down there?
Probably Corey Adams.
Corey Adams, I knew that. This Alzheimer's thing is just getting out of hand.
Yeah. Hey, at least Max Puckett went back to Alabama.
Oh, God. Yeah, I know. I'm working that. Yep, there we go again.
I think it's me, Tori. Buzz is in my head.
It's not us, it's me. Okay. It's not me, it's you.
There we go, turning them loose here. Again, great to see our Canadian invader there back on track there after only getting basically a half lap or so in, but he's back up to speed.
Let's see what he can do out there. Again, Todd Tolton out there in the yellow and white 04 machine out of Alma, Ontario, Canada. I tried to make sure that we couldn't get the Tara online here. Check us out, the kids, Kai and Amber. So.
Yeah, it's always fun when we talk about, hey, we got different states represented, but hell, twice this year we've talked about different countries we've had, so that's pretty awesome.
Well, sometimes we'll talk about Francisco Santiago Jr., but I think he is legal now. So, and Manny's been legal for years. I think Manny's more Hoosier than he'll ever be anything else.
Considering he's never left the state. So,
I was going to say. Still kept his accent. I'm not sure where the accent came from. If you ever... Donna's getting it out of him, though.
Yeah, she made my popcorn today.
Ah, got you. 0-1, Benson Bauer. Whoopsie. Around goes the 19 of Krugler.
Krugler doing double duty tonight as he was out in his mini as well.
Yep. Now he's putting his buddy Alex into the mini. And did I go checkers or did I miss somebody on the track somewhere?
I think maybe they threw the caution out when he was still turned around, he got back going about the time everybody got slowed down. So they may have another lap or so left in their session. Again, these times are very important for the legend cars as it'll help set the grid for heat races here, and then leading to an A and a B main here tonight for the Bruce Litton Trailer Sales Legends.
25 so far getting times in the legend cars, so a nice field of cars. I'll probably need a B feature to sort this one out. Let's see, do we have a schedule? The Legend A feature? Yep, Legend B feature schedule. Looks like one needed here tonight. Xavier King, your former champion there, are already on top, or still on top, 13.696. Ms. Tara, I'll let you know that your old man Todd there, he's second from the bottom at a 14.463. Needs to pick it up a bit. There's nobody here to warm up his poutine for him. That's what the problem was. Couldn't get any poutine for lunch. Does give himself to keep himself being slowest so far of the day. That's an honor held by Cody Bullock in his return to the Legend Car Racing. And thank you, folks, coming on out here. Again, we're going through some oval practice. Welcome to Indianapolis Speedrome. Getting a little hungry, a little thirsty. Got you covered. Hot sandwiches, hot popcorn, fresh pop today. Miss Donna Massey there cooking away on the popcorn machine. That was my job for a long while, and boy, I tell you what, sometimes that salty popcorn was as much sweat as it was salt, but that's all right. We won't tell anybody about that. It's water under the bridge or sprinkled on your popcorn. James Vanover is going to be out there in the 9V machine. Aiden Roth in the 56 returns. Our buddy Landon Hoffman back behind the wheel, the number 81. Tyler Collard in the 3 is out there, being scored as a 0-3. Freshman here this year, number 51 to Braylon Etter. 81 of Nathan Arthur, who's hardly fresh anymore. The 26 of Tyler Lawton. And Dean Bradshaw in the number 12. Another one of the super fans out there, keeping us all on the straight and narrow in these legend cars. Still more to come, and boy, legend cars having a nice turnout. "21 of the Outlaw cars checked in so far, 26 of the Legends, 13 Minis, 14 or so of the Fords, sharing the oval, and 8. One Legend car has not yet hit the track. And nobody's touching Xavier King still. Corey Adams coming close to the 13.760 for second quick for the 59 ride. Nathan Arthur leads the track. He is down the charts 11 quick at a 13.987. Bit off pace there for Arthur, who's in the running for a championship run in these Legend cars in several other divisions, it seems, as Nathan is just piling on the divisions. But this year we've seen him in the Legends, in the Minis, in the Grocery Getters.
Still looking for an Outlaw ride.
I'm kind of curious. I don't know. With all those babies to watch, I don't know if Mom's going to let him run the Outlaws.
That might be the line she's drawn.
I think so. I think that's what she's decided there.
Speaking of her, wasn't she in one of the races last weekend as well?
She was running with the Grocery Getters as well.
Yeah. Nice.
Yep.
Everybody in the Arthur family races except for the new one.
Yep.
Which won't be long.
I was going to say, I think already Excited got a chance to meet the baby and get it's a little giggle fest there. I'll tell you what.
Nice.
She's a sweetheart.
Yeah.
And the youngest, Nathan Jr. doesn't really want to drive.
Well, he ran in the juniors though for
right.
Almost a season, but he's concentrating on some other sports. I think is his.
They're wanting him on the football field. That's
absolutely.
For sure.
A tough little spark plug there.
He is. And he's pretty good. He's a pretty good sized boy. He's pretty much about 3 or 4 of the front line. Most of these, he'd be pretty good. Xavier King coming out in the number 84, sitting on fast time still so far tonight. Johnny Weaver in the 24 in white, and is that Dickey's number 33? I got a bit of glare.
He wasn't out in the first round if that's him, so we'll have to get a look and see.
I got a bit of glare, and they got some of the shiny numbers that don't look good. Cole Klesser returns though in his machine, the black and white, and.
It could
David
be the
Allison
23
throwback.
since that's a new ride. Could be. We'll see when it comes around here to the front stretch.
Well, the 23 is Tyler Collard. I remember that one.
Well, we have
the 53. There we go. I had a bit
Yeah.
of glare. I couldn't tell what the number was on this. That's going to be my 53 is Zach Brady.
Yeah.
And then Cole Klesser in the number 28. There's the 23 of old Collard Green himself, Tyler Collard. No, 23 Cody Bullock. Tyler Collard's in 3. Okay. I'm having an Alzheimer's day. Logan Anderson.
I think it's because you raised the middle blind too high.
It is. I tell you, that's it.
You like doing that.
Doc told me stop it. I'd go blind. So let's go and put her back down again. There we go.
Yeah, save you from a little sun poisoning.
All right.
For at least a half an hour. We'll have to move it up when you get excited and stand up.
I get that UV treatment. Cole Klesser, who else we got? Okay, the 23 of Cody Bullock back in action. We'll try and improve on that time. Best lap of the 14.573. He's on the bottom of the speed charts right now all by himself.
Yeah, of course, his first night back, first night in this car, so still shaking the rust off himself and this machine.
Yep. And we had Tim Skinner's out there in 15. Jack Receiver returns there. Another one from down on the river in the 84. And the 08 of Leland Hargraves, I'm assuming. I didn't actually double check, make sure that was Leland.
Yep.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah, and he was excited probably that we had fast carts last night and Legends tonight, so he didn't have to do the double duty like some of the others are. Leland just getting started in this Legend class here maybe 3 or 4 weeks back.
Yep, had a couple good runs there.
Yeah.
Running one of Brother Levi's old backup cars.
Yep.
Or been beat up a bit, but I tell you, it's still driving quite well.
Yeah.
And no, Xavier King did improve his time to a 13.635. So improved a bit. Corey Adams second, a 13.760. Logan Hansen, 13.775. A lot of the same names on top of the speed charts. Nathan Franklin, who's consistently fast, the 87, 13.788. Johnny Weaver, 24, 13.789. The tail of the tape is going to be some other hot shoes. Of course, Kristen Hammer. He bumped down the charts there to 7th quick. But from fast time of King at a 13.635, the 25th fastest was a 14.315.
That's
so you're
crazy.
talking 0.7 of a second between first and 25th fastest.
But the big thing to notice out of the top there was, remember, Corey Adams was kind of low down the rankings after that first round, and he now made the necessary adjustments and got himself into the mix here, the reigning series champion.
Yep. But just check out second, third, fourth, and fifth there. 13.760, 13.775, 13.788, 13.789.
I mean, you visually can't tell those differences of those times. They're virtually identical.
Nope. Mr. Arrington in the number 24. Who you got? Who?
Hankey, Marks, and Kreider, our injury disability lawyers, are here for justice. They are here for you when life changes. With decades of success, they are your Social Security, disability, and injury lawyers. Let their skillful staff take care of you. Hankey, Marks, and Kreider, the official sponsor of the Senior Fast Kart Division.
And I'll try to keep them straight now. The Orange Crush number 2 machine is going to be Michael Phipps this time out. And the 27 in white and red is going to be Zach Deitch's, of course.
About the time we get that fixed in our mind, they'll switch back or something.
I think so, just to take me off.
The thing to watch, though, is remember last time we had Holford and Hardcastle having a little bit of confrontation during that practice. They're on opposite ends of the track right now.
Yep.
So we'll see. Well, actually, Holford I don't think is out in this group.
No. Hard case is known as being a hard case sometimes. He can.
Yeah, and again, I didn't see the whole thing, so I don't know what really happened or whether it was a misunderstanding or just some drama that I was supposed to kayfabe here on TV.
Yep. One problem I know we were having with the 20 machine of Hayden Adams was a wandering bit off the track there. Almost though there's just a major handling problem with that number 20 machine as we see going into turn number 3. And it looks like she's got that taken care of this time. The car's able to keep it in line there. It's saying where it's supposed to go, so hopefully that improves a touch. Improves to a 15.912 as far as the time goes.
It's actually saying Matt Adams on there.
Right,
now.
but that's Dad, and he registers under that one just because. But I think it's Hayden's going to be driving. That's what their goal is, to get her more time behind the wheel.
I don't understand why that gets done. Usually,
because you've got to do that. Makes you register, and I don't think it gives you co-drivers on it.
It worked fine last time.
Oh, okay. He may not know that he's got to register one for the other one for the 8.
Well, but what I was saying was, if you were saying the car was sort of wandering around, maybe that was because there was a different person behind the wheel. That's why I was getting at.
I was kind of looking at the size of Matt himself.
He's a bigger guy, regular size guy,
big old beard, well trimmed though. I will give him credit.
Nice. Oh. The young lady is small in stature.
Yep. Sits about 2 or 3 phone books. Also on track, another lady, 54 machine, Wendy.
And she says,
Burkhead?
"What's a phone book?"
Exactly. Wendy Burkhead out there in the black 54 machine. Had the 5 of Tristan Riddle. The 11 of Frank Hardcastle will be another one to watch here tonight, coming off a win last night on the dirt. And the 14 ride, new kid on board. Oh, that's the 14 plane. That's the Wildrick. We'll be battling up 2 number 14s once again, a 14L. And a 14 plane, because for some reason they've all tried to fight over the 14 this year. And it's not even painted like a Foyt car.
Yeah, I'm sending a message down to see if we can confirm some of that between the 5 and the 20 car, because they also still had Billy Riddle listed on there.
Yep.
So,
and
see if we can get that.
There's your buddy Holford there, back out on the track. And there's our 14L of Lanham.
Yep, who just joined us here a couple of races back. So I think maybe the 3rd race out for him, out of a semi-retirement. Used to race in the front-wheel drives, but now has built the family up and now getting back to racing a little bit.
Now, you'd get a kick out of it, racing the dirt with us last night. Butch Lanham in
Nice.
the 67.
67, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I didn't get a chance to get down the pit, see if indeed that was our old Butch Adam, but it almost has to be.
Ah, nice.
Yeah, always a vacancy.
Yes. Spent a lot of time in the old street stock division and the late models and pro stocks,
Yep.
Butch Lanham.
And then,
Ran in the World Figure 8 Championship several times.
Runs, yep. And then
Teammates with old Bruce Cooper.
Bruce Cooper I used to run into here later on. Became a bit of a comeback there. Ran into some problems there with his landlording, but that's totally unrelated to racing. Butch ran into trouble here with extracurricular activities after the races were over on the railroad tracks that ended up with a brain injury and him wandering off. Last version I got, so.
Interesting.
Yeah,
so it was
a weird one.
Sort of meandered his journey back to racing.
He has. He actually had gone racing elsewhere there for a bit. Didn't want much to do with us out here on Kidley, but he's been over on dirt track the last couple runs on the grocery getters. So
nice.
They're grub getters, they call them.
Yeah, actually, I think I saw him here last year during World Figure 8 practice because he was here hanging out when Mike Nelson came to play. And I think Mike was from his elk of racing generation.
Buddies, both were still in the street stockers back on that one.
Yep.
Atlanta had some very, very good runs in the old pro stock division, and I believe traveled with us a little bit too.
Yeah, he was a super threat on the oval in the pro stock class. A decent figure 8 driver, got some nice finishes here and there, but he was a threat on the oval all the time.
I guess not. One of the things I guess we got to pay because we're paying tribute to Kenny St. John. Speedrome Hall of Famer, 5-time winner of the 3-hour. First one to do that one. All consecutive, of course, was the other big punch. And which when you stop about what the level of competition was happening during those 3 hours that he won, when we had 75, 80 cars competing, when you had, 15, 20 really good cars, and then literally the chaos of everything under the sun after that. And pull off 5 consecutive wins with that kind of.
The sort of lottery aspect of surviving all the chaos, as you brought up, and doing that 5 times in a row, not having just somebody stray into your path and knock a wheel off or, whatever, is pretty impressive.
Yep.
Because he had more speed in reserve in some of those cars he had in those years, but, you couldn't exactly use it all the time with all the cars that were out there on the track and coming in and out of the pits. And interesting time.
Interesting move. Brendan Holford atop the speed charts, 15.083. Can't quite get in the 14s. Andrew Brown back to second quick, 15.223. And Michael Phipps in the Orange Crush, beating out his teammate for third quick time.
When they switched those cars for the figure 8 last time out, Tori, you made an interesting comment and said, I think maybe Zach might regret switching cars on that situation. So it's starting to look that way again, too, here. But you said he ran pretty good on the dirt last night.
Looked pretty good on his debut on dirt last night. He was talking about it on his Facebook there that he was going to be bringing a faster ride out. But so far, the old Orange Crush there is got him beat on speed. More of the minis now. And this will wrap up the practice session. So stand by, Outlaw Figure 8 cars, Outlaw Figure 8 cars. You'll be going out qualifying here in just a bit. Outlaw Figure 8 cars.
Yeah, and they'll need to go through the tech line as well.
Start heading to the tech line. Outlaw Figure 8 cars. We go through tech. Outlaw Figure 8 cars to the tech line, please. Outlaw Figure 8 cars, start making way to the tech line.
We're just about right exactly on time there, Tori. 6:13, so they'll be a couple minutes behind to getting started on the qualifying.
Which Norton do we get? It should be R.J. Jr., if I recall.
He was in it last time out, so we'll see how that goes.
Yep. And the official debut of the 96 of Alex Phillips, who literally, I guess, just recently started racing the Legend car for fun a couple times. Didn't really have much success. Then ran his first figure 8 and fell in love with it and can't wait to do more. So he's now going to be a permanent driver in the 96, the old Benzenbauer 01.
Yes.
Nope. Yeah, Benzenbauer 01, which Kruger picked up to put Alex in. There we go.
Yeah. And it looks like it is R.J. Norton Jr. in the 69. He wasn't out in that first round.
No,
of practice,
he was not. That's why I'm kind of curious. And still Cuffer, though, the fast time, 27 machine of Miles Cofer, and that's going to be a bit of a surprise there on the speed chart. Only about 1/10 of a second over Rival's best lap, but that was in the first session there. It looked pretty good. think we might have got something more for him here in this final session. Sun's kind of poking back out again. It's kind of behind some clouds previous. Checking out 96 Alex Phil's not bad, 14.015. And that's a positive here on these cars. Very, very well matched up. Everybody running basically the same power plant, same chassis per the rules. But other than that, some of these cars now are on their 4th or 5th season. And some have been freshly built over there at the Third Turn Performance Polk Brothers run there behind the backstretch bleachers at the Speedrome. Nathan Arthur experimenting with the lap with the groove way down at the bottom of the racetrack. 13.594, his best was the previous. Oh, fun ride there for the Mason. I think it's a showboat.
Yeah, he ended up spun at the end of practice the last time we had it, remember? Because he did that little loop around the line and turned that time that looked like it was fast time.
Yeah.
Remember that? Yeah. Oh, goodness. We like to thank our friends at Jiffy Lube of Indiana. Jiffy Lube of Indiana can handle your vehicle maintenance needs all under one roof. It's more than just their signature oil changes. Jiffy Lube handles batteries, brakes, suspension, and much more. Stop in and have one of their experienced technicians take care of your vehicle today. Jiffy Lube, the official sponsor of the factory front-wheel drives in this year's 49th Annual World Figure 8 Championship.
One final practice session, Steve Arnold, and we're going to move on into Outlaw qualifying on the oval. Outlaw qualifying on the oval. Outlaw Figure 8 cars. Outlaw oval cars now to the
they're still Outlaw Figure 8 cars.
I know.
They just happen to be running on the oval tonight.
There we go. We're only going to run half of the 8. Okay, just the left-hander. Going to keep an eye on our 7X machine, Tanner Moles. They're a new member of the club, coming in from Muncie, his first night out. So see how he does. New intro to this division, and we're both at a loss there to find out, his roots as far as racing goes.
Yeah. Sure, somebody will drop us a hint here in a bit.
There. I don't want hauling me in the.
All his friends may be here watching, so they may not be home on the chat or anything. So
apparently, he and his brother, a couple skater boys, excited about the Muncie Skate Park. That's about all I was able to figure out real quick. Oh, and Levi Hargraves joins us in the group here in this one. He was not in that first session either.
Well, we've had a few half pipes around here at the track, Tori, but.
Yep. Well, we've had more than a few crack pipes, too, but that's a whole other story. And let's see. Yep, Rodney was out in the earlier group, wasn't he?
Yep.
All right. So,
yep.
Mike Coop out in the bike number 36 machine. Rodney Smith.
Which Levi making it here for the final practice for him is early.
Yep.
He sometimes joins us while the cars are on the grid for the first event for the minis, but didn't see him out in his Legend car, though. I don't remember. Do you?
Have not seen his Legend car out, but then that's not a come for him. They pretty much, he and Joey Thurman there got the notebook all filled in already.
Yeah.
Penciled in everything they need to know. He's usually ready to go racing when it's still sitting on the trailer.
Yeah.
Going to put a little pressure there on the Moles 7X machine. Looking for a way around him. Moles will give him a little bit of worries there.
Yeah, he's running much better here in the second practice out.
Definitely getting the hang of things.
About to wrap up practice here for the afternoon.
Outlaw
at least on the oval.
Yep. Outlaw Figure 8 cars, Outlaw Figure 8 cars, Outlaw Figure 8 cars to the tech line, please. Outlaw Figure 8 cars, you'll go through the tech line and straight out the gate for your qualifying runs. Outlaw Figure 8 cars, Outlaw Figure 8 cars to the tech line. Outlaw Figure 8 cars to the tech line for your qualifying attempts at this time, please.
Shelbyville Auto Parts is recycling the past to preserve the future. SAP buys wrecked and running vehicles, farm machinery, and all types of metals. Find the parts you need, pull them yourself, or have one of their staff assist you. A clean, family-friendly salvage yard. Shelbyville Auto Parts and Metal Recycling, the official sponsor of the Street Stock Division.
Getting ready to go round and round. Some qualifying now on the oval for the Outlaw cars for tonight's King Kenny tribute.
And the Outlaws here tonight will be turning in those qualifying times, and then they'll have oval heat races.
Yep.
And I believe the fast qualifier today will draw an invert for the oval feature.
Now, unfortunately, we will not be having the fourth stock heat or the flagpole. So,
or the one thing old school we didn't do today was throw all the divisions out for one practice together.
That's true.
That would have been old school.
That's true. Well, yeah, you really can't anymore because the the size and weight differential between the various classes.
Yeah, but the Fords could have been out with the Outlaws, and that would have been resembling
that would have been close to what we used to have when you have Roger Goodwin and Kenny St. John out there doing hot laps together,
looking for lethal bowls.
Yep.
Lonnie Powell wandering around out there in the 13 machine.
All right, go at first. Well, it looks like it's probably going to be the Sloan boys. Yes, it is.
Yep.
Always on the top. Got to give him a shout out there. Ready to go. Dennis Sloan in the 15 machine. First to go roundy round. Now, let's see. He was not, out of his respect, 14.322 last year.
And he's somebody that's turned a lot of laps here on the oval over the years, for sure.
Very extensive stock class career, of course, as well. Well, he did not run the pro stock days, but that's too soon for him.
No, that was more of Don and Donnie. More Donnie.
I don't think Donnie even.
No, it was more Donnie and Greg that ran in the pro stocks.
I was going to say Greg. Yep.
So here he comes.
15 machine. Dennis Sloan's going to start things off for Clayton Auto Parts.
Again, one lap and one lap only for each of these Outlaw cars. Outlaws, you need to get to the tech line. Your qualifying is now. We do have an end time for you to be in line.
Yep. Must be in the qualifying line by 6:25, so you better get there now. And Sloan comes in to 14.993, 14.993. That's a touch slower than his time last year. Safely into the field. He's followed by his son in the 32 machine, Anthony Sloan. Anthony had a season or two of oval racing there in the stock division. And then right into the Outlaws. And these guys are probably some of the last of the cars that still have a stock front clip underneath their cars, which kind of makes it more of a throwback here to the old pro stock days when that was part of the requirement. Touch of a miss there as he tops out there. We need Outlaw figure eight cars, Outlaw figure eight cars to tech, Outlaw figure eight cars to tech, Outlaw figure eight cars to tech, please. These heat race times, they're able to line things up, or qualifying times, they're able to line things up for the heat race. And in the battle of the Sloans, Anthony wins by a 14.720. 2/10 better than his dad, and but 2/10 slower than what he was last year. So actually losing some speed on these tires compared to last year. That may be one of the factors here, because we didn't see anybody getting down to those 12.8s and 7s like we saw last year.
Yeah. I'm getting some investigative reporting in the pit area that possibly Johnny Hargraves Jr. Heading back to the stables and picking up Charlie Hargraves' second
getting
machine.
the back up. There you go.
So don't know 100% confirmed on that, but that's what our pit Adam Schefter is sending us now. And we'll see if that comes to light here shortly.
And a chance for Charlie. He's been trying to get that car sold, race ready. So curious to see if the chance to get that up and show what it can do. Manny Aguilar, another fellow, did run under the old rules here, Oval and 8 Racing, on the same night. Manny Aguilar's number 83. I'll make an attempt. Let's see. Last year, Manny. Did Manny run with us last year? He did not. So Manny was not part of the program last year. He puts in a 13.949. Nice little lap there. 13.949 for Manny Aguilar. Going to be followed by Charlie Hargraves in the number 74. Let's see. Charlie last year was a 13.008 on the oval.
Yeah, and this new car that he got here sort of mid-season here, this will be its first time making the left turn only course. Brand new machine here for 2025 for Charlie Hargraves. A trio of figure 8 runner-ups so far this season.
And fast time at a 13.131, 13.131.
That was faster than he ran in practice, I believe.
And just a tad slower. He had a 13.008 last year. So I think we are seeing a difference here in the tires somewhat here is maybe one of the factors, but only about a tenth of a second.
Yeah, and with Kevin Brooks being quickest in that practice, he's one that we can't look back last year to see what he ran because he wasn't in the division then. So he's sort of uncomparable between last year's tires and this year's tires.
Lee Schwartz coming up from the stock division, knows about the roundy rounds, the left turns only. Had a 13.499 last year, and he's a 13.569 this year. I think that's going to be the same car, so there you go. We got a baseline now, same car, same driver. Welcome back to the G4. Donnie Garrigus, the fourth, returning just in time for the 3-hour. He's already started his run. He's committed now.
Well, he could have probably turned around right there before he got to the line. But now that he's
of
crossed the line.
Yeah, it's kind of one of those. They sometimes will stop you and make you go back to the gate and try again. Technically, he was on the start of his run. He comes out the gate. He's going to take this time, whatever it is. It's going to be a 14.126, 14.126. 6 cars so far qualified, followed by the 21 of your little buddy there, the 21 machine of Dylan Douthit. And you were bragging this car here. Well, let's see. No, it did not run in the old mixed days. Yeah, it did.
It might have did a little bit because this chassis here was one his father ran, Bobby, at the end of his figure 8 career. Third quick there.
13.637. How's that compare to last year? 13.3.
So everybody's just a tad off of what
yep.
couple of tenths or so from what they were last time.
Jeff Crumb's on board with the YouTube show right now, and here's his man, Robbie Greenwell, going to put in a lap on the oval here at the Indianapolis Speedrome. And this will be Greenwell's first oval laps ever here. So a little bit of a history for him. After a long career down there at the Sports Drome, some figure 8 racing up here, and not too bad. Fifth quick out of the group so far at a 14.093, Mr. Crumb, 14.093. Followed by the number 17, Corey Harmon. Another one of those fellas who cut his teeth on the Stalkers and Bombers down there on the river. Following a long history of the Harmon family there at the Sports Room.
He's a guy that's ran probably 99% on the figure 8 as well over his career.
Pretty fast. The second quick at a 13.235, 13.235. And did he run with us last? He did not. Was not here last year. Last year's fast qualifier with an asterisk, the 12 machine of Mike Riddle Jr. Mike Riddle Jr.
Going for his third consecutive oval fast time here in the Outlaws.
This is going to set the bar. It does at a 12.965. 12.965, right at 0.2 slower than last year's. So he can remove the asterisk, but he does set fast time so far. It's first under the 13-second mark. Polk Brothers Racing, Tunney Brothers, Tunney's shop there, the Zero Machine. Jill Lepedo had a long stock class type racing, sportsman class racing there on the oval and 8.
Car a little pushy there in
turns
3 and 4.
Drifted way up to there, 13.972, 13.972. 11 cars so far qualified.
Here we go.
This was going to be, this is what's fast in practice. First one under the 13-second mark. The only one under the 13-second mark in practice, wasn't it?
I think there were a couple cars at the end, but he was definitely the best of them.
Delivers a 13.950. So again, 0.2 off, and he's going for a little bonus there, I think. Hopefully that was just tire smoke lighting things up. Second one will not count at a 13.093, so it didn't matter anyways. But so the 12.950 is your current fast time, 12.950.
That was interesting to know, though. Even though he took that extra lap that did not count, it wasn't any better than the first one. So these guys getting it right out of the gate.
He let him up pretty strong. I think he carried way too much going to 3 that second time through. I think he was looking for something.
So hopefully he didn't flat spot that up a little bit and maybe damage that tire, you know.
They're going to take a quick look. I'm thinking it was just
just a lockup.
That's what I thought, too. But they're going to take a look. Somebody thought it might have been something else. So take a peek. Last call, last call, last call, last call. All Outlaw qualifiers, if you're not qualified, must be in tech line at this time. Last call, last call, last call. Outlaw qualifiers to tech line immediately.
Not sure what those guys are looking at. As you mentioned, Tori, they just that was just a brake lockup there going into 3.
I'll go with that one, too.
He
definitely, I think he just overcooked it into 3, realized his mistake, and got on the binders a little extra hard. Scrubbed off that 1/10 of a second, and worked out for him, though. They probably would have had a few crosswords there for taking the extra time, but no harm, no foul. And it's going to be Ben Tunney next up. Try to set the oval mark here for the Polk Brothers Tunney third-turn performance machine.
He's a guy who it's high up on the all-time list of oval qualifying here in the division. He was one of the studs of oval qualifying here before the oval went away.
Yep. minutes. Let's see. Third quick, 13:06.8. So Brooks and Riddle still top two.
Yeah, but those top 3 or 4 are just like a half a tenth off of each other.
Roll from right there.
Here's one to watch
this,
too.
This is your man now. Looking for a 12.950 or better. No, 13.185. Down the charts, 5th quick out of the 14 so far qualified.
It sounded like maybe the gear was kind of high on that. It was screaming a little bit. Maybe they made an adjustment there on that car.
Now, this fella, I don't think we've ever had a chance to see on the oval here at the Speedrome is going to be Doug Riddle in the 21. Extensive career up there in the Anderson over the years with the family racers, but always just on the 8 here at the Speedrome. And Dougie, not too bad. 9th quick at a 13.893, 13.893.
Here's another one to watch here from practice.
Well, I'll say. Very, very fast early on. Top 2 or 3 most of the time. Chad Sizemore in the number 91. At this point, this is kind of carrying the colors now for the Johnny Hargraves squad. As the crew is indeed trying to get Hargraves Jr. into a backup car. Sizemore struggling, 13.314.
He almost straddled that center marker over there. That was a sort of a unique squaring off of the corner there in the south end.
Now, you talk about a fella here who's got a long history of oval. Hey, this old pro stock format is going to be Bobby Whitaker. Now, technically, the clock is running. That was his run. It's going to go down as a no time.
And he's running right out the gate.
He did. That was actually his first practice lap of the day.
Bobby with 21 career oval feature victories in the Outlaw division.
Yeah.
So he was definitely no stranger to the left-hand turn course.
Another one, though, that is, I don't know his background there over the years down to Sportsdrome, but here at the Speedrome, strictly an Outlaw 8 specialist has been Ricky Hine.
Yeah, he might have had some oval time back at the old Louisville Motor Speedway before he closed down.
Ricky Hine in Happy Liquors, Smiley Smokes.
Had to back off of it as it pushed a little bit in 4. Still halfway decent time,
10th out of 17 at a 13.803. Matt Smith, talking about him as being one of the fellas there that kind of grew up out here in the kart division and the like. I'm not seeing a fast lap coming here, just eyeballing this one.
It looks like a steady lap.
Yeah.
But not a...
Get you in the field, but not going to light up the world. Nope, 8th quick at a 13.465.
But then again, for this oval main tonight, they're going to draw an invert. So, that could be a time that puts you in a great spot there. We don't know.
This will be curious because one fellow I know hasn't done the oval on the Outlaw type cars ever. Did quite a bit on the factory front wheel drives, if I remember correctly. But Mason Hadley in the number 2 machine.
Yeah, got some factory front wheel drive wins as well as some legend wins out here on the oval.
And he's come in 9th out of the 19. Hadley giving us a 13.496, 13.496. He was a 13.380 last year. And that may be it, just 19 getting times in.
Remember Hargraves not getting to qualify.
So Johnny Hargraves Jr. trying to find a backup car.
And then we're missing one other car.
We also had the Whitaker in the 31. Didn't get a lap in. Technically, he did get a no time.
Oh, yeah, so that's the other one that...
Brings 21 cars